Welcome back to 5 Minute Modding everyone. Today we're going to be looking at the Jedi Knight Revan team, which is currently a very strong team in the game and probably one of the most annoying former metas we've ever had. These days the team excels mostly on offense as it can kill a vast majority of top tier teams when modded and used correctly. So let's dive in and learn how to best mod this team. First up we have the team's leader, Jedi Knight Revan, who you're going to want to mod with a speed set and a crit chance set. But don't be afraid to give up both the second set and ideal primaries for more speed, as nothing is more important than speed on him. For primaries, you're going to want protection on the circle, offense on the cross, crit damage on the triangle and speed on the arrow. But again, don't be afraid to give any of these up if you have better speed secondaries on other mods. For his secondaries, as you've probably guessed by now, you're just looking for speed. Grab as much as you can from wherever possible. Aim for a minimum speed goal of plus 140 from mods. Speed is super important on Revan as we need to get his marked off as fast as possible. We also gain additional speed from his leader for the entire team, so this will help massively as well. Up next we have Grandmaster Yoda, who you're going to want to mod with an offense set and a crit chance set. As for primaries, you're going to want protection on the circle, offense on the cross, crit damage on the triangle, and either speed or offense on the arrow, depending on if you can meet the speed goal without a speed arrow. For secondaries, we're mostly going to be looking for additional offense, but we do need some speed. Aim for a minimum speed goal of plus 70 from mods, and once that's achieved, focus purely on offense to get his damage as high as possible. I'd also like to mention that for this team, we're mostly going for protection over health on the primaries, because the Jedi Knight Revan lead and Hermit Yoda's abilities provide a lot of protection healing for our team. Next up we have Hermit Yoda, who you're going to want to mod with a speed set, and honestly, whatever other two mods have the highest speed. He's stealthed a lot, and while he's stealthed, he has 100% evasion, so he's not going to be taking much damage or be the target your opponents are rushing to take out. So speed is the only factor we're looking at here. Just for the sake of it though, for ideal primaries, you're going to want protection on the circle, cross and triangle, and speed on the arrow, but none of this matters if you have faster mods with different primaries, as that would be the better choice. For his secondaries, it's just going to be speed, nothing else matters on him, so aim for at least plus 100 speed from mods. He has no damaging abilities and he also grants healing and turn meter gain on his basic, so having him fast is really helpful for your team. I forgot to mention that we're running Hermit Yoda instead of GK. This is simply because I feel GK is important for the Padme team. If you don't have a Padme team, be sure to run GK on this squad, as he is very nice to have, especially if you're planning to use this team on defense. Coming up next we have Bastila, who you're going to want to mod with a speed set and a health set. But again, don't be afraid to give up the second set for additional speed secondaries. This is quite a theme with this team overall, it's very speed orientated for a lot of the members. For the ideal primaries, you would want protection on the circle and cross, crit damage on the triangle and speed on the arrow, but again don't be afraid to give these up for additional speed on her. For her secondaries, you're going to be focusing on speed. Aim for a minimum of plus 100 speed on her from mods. You want her fast so she can give her buffs quickly to Yoda so we can get them passed around to your entire team. And finally we have the most challenging member of the team to mod, Jolie. Now for him you're going to want to mod him with 3 health sets. For his primaries, you're going to want health on the circle and triangle, health or tenacity on the cross, and either speed, critical avoidance or health on the arrow. All are viable choices and I'll talk more about that in a minute. For his secondaries, you're going to be looking for speed, health and tenacity, with a minimum speed goal of plus 90 from mods. If you cannot reach this, you will need a speed arrow, but if you can do so without, I would recommend going for a health primary arrow. Some people also build him with a tenacity cross and a crit avoidance arrow, which is also viable due to his unique giving him crit avoidance based on half his tenacity. However, with GG teams around which remove a lot of your crit avoidance, I find the full health build to be more viable in a general sense, due to the fact it's going to increase the amount he heals on his basic and first special. So for personal preference, I would go for full health primaries on everything, as long as you can meet the plus 90 speed from mods. And that's all for today everyone. I hope you all learnt a lot about how to best mod your Jedi Knight Revan team. Most of the teams you're going to be using this against are Grievous teams, weaker Darth Revan squads, and sometimes even weaker Padme teams. And I feel this is the best way to mod them overall to be viable against all of these. As always everyone, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, join my Discord server and share the video with your friends. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you all very soon.